Hi there, my name is Abby Licatino, and I am here to give you kind of a tutorial on how to report a vaccine injury into the VAERS program online and in a PDF form. So I'm going to kind of walk you through where to go if you do have an injury to report. And then if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will try to answer those as best I can. We'll try to keep this short and brief. The first thing that I always recommend that you do is first visit the website where they have all these documents and where you're going to be entering online if you're going to choose that method rather than mailing it in. So first I'm going to share my screen and you guys can see where the website is. The website is an official government website and it's from the Health and Human Services, but it's VAERS. It's Vaccine Adverse Events Reporting System is what VAERS stands for. So you're going to go to vaers.hh, which is Health and Human Services.gov. And that's where it will take you to the home page. So let me go there. Actually, I'll show you the home page. This is what it looks like. And you can search the data here, and then you can report here. So we want to go to the report, the adverse event. And first of all, if this is a regular vaccine on the childhood schedule, you would look at these. So all healthcare providers are required by law to report any sort of vaccine injury that occurs to a child under their care. And if they don't, a parent, a grandparent, or a friend can report it instead. This is an open system, meaning that anyone can report an injury at any time. And however, you can be, if you are lying, you can be prosecuted for violating the federal law code right here. But if this is for a COVID vaccine injury, then there's additional guidelines here. All vaccine injuries caused by COVID vaccine need to be reported and are required to be reported by a healthcare provider. And the reason this is because right now these vaccines are under emergency use authorization, also known as EUA. And because of this, they have to report them. So even if it's just a headache or a sore arm, the healthcare provider by law has to report it. So you can help them out by showing them this video, or you can do it yourself as well. First of all, what I recommend you doing is when you go to the reporting page, let's just go back here, report an adverse event. What I recommend, you can look at these, just read through the guidelines before you go to enter. And then I always recommend to print this full list. Okay, this is a checklist that really helps you enter the information. The system kind of times out after 20 minutes and then you have to start all over again. It does give a 15-minute warning. However, if it times out on you, you're kind of, any work that you put into it, you have to redo. So I highly recommend that you fill out this form, print it out and fill it out before you go onto the online system to report it. It just will save you a lot of time and effort and energy. Plus, it kind of helps you gather all the information in one place so that when you go to enter it, you can just look at your notes and type it straight in. If you're going to use the PDF form, the PDF form is down here. You would, this is option 2. You would print this out, fill it out, and then you mail it in. And then, of course, I think the easiest and quickest way is to do it online. But again, don't enter this section until you have all your information filled out on a paper, because then you have it in front of you and you're ready to go and you don't have to stop and start. Again, it will time out at 20 minutes. So, and erase your data. So you have to start all over again. Basically, it's just the very basic information. However, some of it you may not have on hand. Information about the patient as far as their full name, their age, they want to know their date of birth, their sex, male or female, the time and date of the vaccination, and then the age of the person at the time of the vaccination. And if these are injuries that occur like months, years later, you can still report to the system. Okay, that's why all these dates are important, because if they were earlier dates, obviously they want to know how long in advance these injuries happened, or how much after the event they happened. They also want to know like allergies to other things, drugs that they're on, any other sort of illnesses they had, and things like that. It's always important. The more information you provide in these reports, the more helpful it is, because they can start seeing if there's any sort of trends. So the more information you can give and provide, the way better. They also want information on the person completing the VAERS report. That would be you. So if you're the physician, great. That is only one category. If you are the parent, if you're the grandparent, if you're the friend, whoever it is, they want your full name and your information, address, phone number, email, all of that. And then the second part is the healthcare professional that administered the vaccine. So you want their full information as well, their email address, their address of the, their address, their phone number, and all of that. And then, of course, the facility where you got the vaccine at. So they want the information of the actual building and the name of the hospital or the CVC, or wherever it is that you got it, CVS, sorry, the CVS that you went to, the fax number, the administering, department, and all of that. And then, of course, they want the information of the actual vaccine. So you want to get the lot number on the vaccine vial that it came with. This is very important, because then they can see if there's something wrong with that vial, and that anyone else that got a vaccine from that specific vial, if they had any adverse events, or if they need to be notified that, we've had so many people say that they had an issue with this one, you will, just in case, let us know if you hear anything. And then you want to do any additional information that you think is vital. They want to hear like specifics on what the injury was, anything from a headache, like I said, a sore arm, to anything else. You can just list them out, and if they progressed, maybe the date and time that those progressed to, that's very helpful, because anyone looking back at old reports to see if there's any sort of trends or any other markers, this information is incredibly important. So just make sure that you add as much information as you can. Fill out your little paper before you go to enter it, and then you would enter it here online just by clicking here. And it's going to just have a fillable form. Now it has like 5 different sections here that you're going to have to fill out, and you have to go in order. So that's why I say have it written down and ready to go, because you can't jump around. And then it does time out after 20 minutes. They leave these big blank spaces for you guys to be very specific about allergies or other medications or foods that you had maybe in the same time period that may have caused any of the other effects. And then chronic and health of the general person. So you want to go through each of these different sections. And I think you have to finish them as you go. So you would have to finish all of these before you go to the next page, and just as much as you can information. Then it will get to the end and you'll submit it. And then they should contact you with a report number. Once you've been identified as an actual injury that has been entered, we're going to leave this here for a second and go into the VAERS data. It will show up here in the VAERS data. Okay, I don't know how often they update this. It was every Friday, but now it may be every month. But you can check and see if your VAERS number is active and searchable by coming down here, and you would just click on this, and you're going to search the CDC Wanderer, and you're going to come, did it do it? Sorry, now it's going in. And then you could check this. You're going to have to agree to this disclaimer to get in. And then VAERS report details. So this is where you would actually enter your specific VAERS ID number that they give you, and you could search for it there. And you can find and make sure that it's in there. There are statutes of limitations as far as going for a vaccine court case that if you are a childhood vaccine injury, you can actually petition the federal government for compensation for that injury. And you have to go through the vaccine court, which is a completely different court system, but you would have had to have entered a VAERS report first and within the statute of limitations. For a death, it's 2 years. And for an injury, it's 3 years from the date of administration. So you need to make sure that you have those entered in by those dates. If this is for the COVID vaccine, then there is no vaccine court. Unfortunately, these are products that are they have no liability right now. So they're just tracking the information for future use and for future data. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, subscribe for any up-to-date videos that I do on the VAERS system, and let me know if I can help you with anything very specific. Have a great day. Bye.